How's everybody doing on this wonderful Thursday morning before we start getting into the craziness that will, I'm sure, come out of Europe with Boris Johnson quitting or resigning? I guess I don't know if we'd call it quitting. I feel like he was pretty much forced to quit, but let me go ahead and post this link and then we will start taking a peek at what happened overnight. Heads up, it's not much. All right. So we can see pretty much overnight inventory is, I estimated about 90% to 90% long, 10% short, right? We had a little bit of trading overnight lower. If we take a look at the profile, we kind of liquidated, continued liquidation from last or yesterday's sessions, late liquidation after, breaking the high and then liquidating back down into value. The market was able to get back above the settle and then, got bought off the settle again, and now we're trading in the upper range or in um the higher range, I guess, of yesterday's session. Still looking like we're going to open up inside yesterday's range, which would indicate probably more chop early on. One thing I will be looking for as the market gets closer to opening, which we still have, about 10 minutes, um, will be kind of a bid off the open. I'd like to see some continuation from these buyers as far as how they were, looking at it yesterday, right? Yesterday they were, you know, looking to break out of balance, so I'd like to see them show up again and start initiating some higher prices and start testing the high of yesterday and get up into these single prints. I'm not a huge fan of this M high, right? Ended right at those single prints. Seems really mechanical. It seems like whatever seller was sitting here just kind of absorbed and they didn't get enough buying support, and that's what caused that late day liquidation. We do have a bunch of single prints still up here, letting us know that there's probably still a position up here, and if we get back up into that area, we might see some more short covering take us back up to that 3,900 that I've been looking for uh, since the start of the week, really. I think that's kind of the target if we get this continuation to the upside. If not, and we do break down into this previous 4-day, well, it's more of a 3-day, I'm not really looking at this day, but this 3-day balance, I think that the target's definitely going to be these single prints from the 5th. This would be an opportune moment. Buyers really didn't get a chance to buy here, so if the market were to come back down, do some backfilling, this is be an opportune moment for these buyers to step up. Too much below this 3,800 for me. Probably going to be looking back 37.74, and no reaction there. Probably take us back to the low of balance down here, 37.44. Remember, we're still tracking this gap down here from, is this the 16th? Let's make this big real quick. Uh-oh. Yeah, from the 20th of May or of June. All right, we had a little balance there, a little balance in the same area. We're kind of breaking out to the upside as this balance area low wasn't able to get down into the excess. So that makes sense. Let's take a look around the market real quick and peek at some of our higher names and see what they're doing pre-market. Apple's pretty much flat, Microsoft flat, Google flat, Google flat, Amazon not above 115 yet. I I ghetto spread those calls that I had yesterday with the 118s. I'm basically at break even no matter what happens. Oh, blank screen here on YouTube. There we go. Thanks, Alex. My bad. Should be good now. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Glad to be back, definitely. But yeah, so Amazon not really doing much. Tesla is actually up on the highs, right? We've seen Tesla kind of lagging behind. Berkshire, we don't really care about. Johnson and Johnson, not really. Facebook up above this 170 level, and this is kind of that zero gamma level. So you might start seeing some people buy Meta today to uh, hedge against those shorts as we keep going up. Might get a little push. Interesting. There's some interesting levels on Meta. Visa, Nvidia got some good news, and they're gapping up on the open today. So we'll probably take a peek at some chip makers, and chip makers probably get some love today. Energy breaking out. Here's XOM, right? This is what we've been looking for. Energy sector has been kind of weak lately. Take a peek at the overall sectors yesterday, right? You can see energy down here was really kind of the lagger after everything decided to break out yesterday. Walmart's not doing much. This JP Morgan's breaking out, so maybe we can get some moves out of financials today. MasterCard's pretty flat. People, Coca-Cola. Yeah, so nothing too crazy today. Take a peek at the VIX here. You can see the VIX is coming down pre-market, down below 26. It's the lowest it's been in a little while. Go ahead and switch to the daily. Coming right here down to a prior, you don't really do technical analysis on this. You're not supposed to, at least. But we are coming down to a spot where people decided that they wanted to start hedging again. So you could look for that today, and there could be some puts getting bought up today. DLT, get the SPY levels here. We're starting to get above this 385. Kind of got pushed back down, so makes sense that as long as we're below this 385, you're going to see these market makers go with the market. So they're going to be selling rallies and buying breaks until we get above this 385, and then they probably should start buying in order to go with their plays. Triple Q is kind of just sitting in the middle. IWM, the old trend line, huh? Looked at this one in a while. And Apple's kind of in the middle as well. Folks said gas storage number out in 1 hour. Last time it caused the market to go up hard. Yeah. And then so we had some economic data come out this morning, and we take a look here. You can see the numbers. Initial jobless claims came out, and they were actually what's going on? Yeah, here we go. So the challenger job cuts came out, and you can see that they were a beat. Challenger job cuts year over year, 58%. Continuous jobless claims is actually up. So there was a little bit more people with continuous jobless claims. Initial jobless claims came up a little bit as well. Really didn't move the market too much, just kind of held. And then we are going to get our crude oil inventories here at 11. There's a lot of talks of people, or of the U.S. putting price limits on Russian oil, and that can cause the market to move a little bit as well. And we can see here on CL, already up at 102, up about 5% today, right? And that's what I'm thinking is going to maybe be the driver today and give give the market some upside possibly. But let's see what we get. We've got about 30 seconds until the open. There we go. Market opens. There's our push up in the morning, or right off the open that we were looking for. Let's see if we can get above that prior day high. That's going to be the target. Not able to get over there. A lot of volume coming in up at the top here, but let's see if we get some continuation. Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, Trin. Yo, what's up? 300 lots sitting up on the 80 here. Let's see if that's where the target's for. In size order traded on that 75, 375 lots on that top tick, 434, 32 lots actually. Let's go this over. Buyers are stepping up. Let's see if we can break the previous day's high. Should get a nice little stop run right here. 1,200 lots traded on the ask. 1,300 lots traded on the ask. 1,800. Lot of absorption happening up here. Careful for a little pop, block, and drop back into the range too. So just be careful here. 2,000 lots, 2,200 lots traded up here. Back down. This high is so weak that I highly doubt that it holds. Even if we just pop above it for a couple of ticks and then push back down, it doesn't look like it's gonna hold if I'm being honest. 2,300, 2,500, 26, 27, 2,800, 2,900. And remember that my TPO is still on 2 ticks. So that's why it's showing 68.07, but we're at 2,900 on that very top tick. $3,100, $3,200, $3,500. I mean, you're just, these people are bid right now. Might be the weakest high I've ever seen. Look at the breadth. 7-1 on the NYSE and 2-1 on the Nasdaq. Look, tick opened up above 1,000. There it goes. Finally fixed that week high, and our day's pretty much done, guys. Levered up pretty good right there, and just call it a day. No, I'm just kidding. uh Let's see if they backfill this spot. So like I said, we got to watch out for this pop, lock, and drop. Now that we're above, we want to see these buyers jump in and continue to initiate higher prices. I'd love to see them not even come back down to that 76 and just hold that weak spot for the rest of the day. And we just keep climbing on up to 39 hundo. I wish I didn't ghetto spread those Amazon calls now, but oh well. What can you do? Be careful here, guys, though. We don't want to just be buying the highs expecting it to keep going, right? If you didn't get in before we broke that high, you might have to be a little bit patient here and wait for that level to get retested and see if buyers are still willing to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if they do get back into range and then get a little bit more choppy here. Every sector is pretty much green except utilities. Coming up, the triple Q is coming up to that 292 level, which is one of those options levels. So you could see some profit taken up at this level for sure. Shorts are covering here. Tommy Martinez, thank you for the like, my man. Appreciate it. Yeah, poke for real. What is that high? Or what was that high? Yeah, it was just the weakest high I've ever seen in the whole world. Just made sense that it wanted to get a little break. So the target here, if we get this continued breakout, remember what we were talking about pre-market. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. Is going to be the top of these single prints up here, this 94. I'm really just looking for the 90, this 3891 to 3900. There's some more single prints up here above that, but we'll see kind of what happens. But it's looking like a clear sign that the upside is going to be, or not really, just more continuation from yesterday, I guess. But the upside has been the right side so far today. I might not take any more trades today. Up about points. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. little bit of short covering, or not short covering, liquidation there on the, well, not really liquidation, profit taking on the 85 here. And sellers are trying to take advantage of it. Let's see if they have any gusto and bring this thing back down. They'll be looking to target that 80 to the low side if they're able to get any push down. Trying to capture some liquidity at the 81 quarter. And their target, like I said, probably that 80 if they can get this continuation. These sellers look scared though. They're not really moving down to meet. It just really looks like longs are just taking some profit here. What'd you say? Your dad said that music was from his old phone. He like had a old phone that he just turned on and he didn't realize it had alarm set on it. Thunderstruck. And then he walked by and he thought it was one of ours, so he didn't turn it off.
Oh my god.
I was like, yeah, you woke up, Market.
Did you tell him?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. What is it?
He just laughed. He thought it was hilarious. Tommy Martinez says, how many trades do you like to be in at one time? It just depends on what I have going on. So like I have a couple open positions. They're just different, right? But for the most part, I'm just, I'm just looking for the next best trade. So I just typically try to stay in one trade at a time. I do have some Amazon calls and then some other long-term plays. So is there a free market profile for equities? Yeah, so what we can do is one of our members actually created this and through PineScript, which is about the most annoying thing in the whole world. But you can use, if you go to, let's go to Apple. If we go to Apple here and we go to indicators, which indicators? Here we go. And just type in TPO. And then it'll be this market profile with TPO by Druther. The only thing you'll have to do, because every equity is going to be different size trading ranges and stuff, different size ticks. So after this loads up, we'll see. You'll just have to mess with the tick size to get it right for what you're looking for. Here's that continuation. Like I said, I'm going to be taking off most of my position at this 38.90. We definitely could get some continuation up to that 3900. I know that's kind of been my target all week, but I'm happy with the 38.90 really. So, but yeah, you can see it. It's not as I guess nice or as clean as this one, Thomas, but we still have what we need, right? Value area, point of control, things like that. You'll just have to mess with the tick size on the equities to get what you're looking for. So if we look down at the DOM too, there's some zeros left behind from the liquidation above that 75, right? Sellers couldn't get out of their position fast enough. From about 76 to 75, we have just, no offers traded at all. Or no trades on the bid, I mean. No sells were able to come in and push that bid down. And now we're starting to see some more profit taking up here at the top from these buyers. But not really much supply coming in yet. The breadth, look at the breadth. Let 12 to 1, 3 to 1 on the NASDAQ, right? So we've got some good upside indications I know it's hard to buy at the high. You got to be patient and wait for this thing to pull back a bit. Let's see if it comes back down here, 85, 84 level, and we get some more buying stepping up. Falcon 9's launching 53 Starlink satellites to orbit today. Russian finance minister residents will be able to repay foreign currency denominated loans at foreign banks. And remember the big news coming out of the UK today with Ojo stepping down after he realized that it was pretty much inevitable for him to call it a day. So here's that 85. Let's see if these buyers are willing to step up on this 85 and start to continue pushing these prices higher. Sellers cautiously moving down. And they jump right out of the way right there. About halfway through this first A period session, take a peek down here at our weighted sectors and unweighted sectors. They're almost matching up perfectly, and that makes sense, right? Because we have most of our sectors here. We can see the breadth is chilling out a bit, dropped from, well, there it jumps back up to 11. I was going to say dropped from 13 to 9, but there it goes, jumped up to 11. Tech's still strong, 4 to 1. So there's a big offer starting to build on the 90 here. Got 2 lots left on. Try to cover one here pretty soon, and then maybe just let the last one run. Yeah, you can see they're just starting to stack offers here every couple of points. Watch this 90 level to trade. I just covered one. I have one lot left, trying to let it run. Stop loss is at 85 now. Buyers trying to step up on this 90, 173 lots traded on the high, 200. Sellers are trying to hold, but looks like they're getting out of the way as well. We'll close these single prints up here at this D high, up at about 95, it looks like. There it goes. Seller moving down right here, trying to absorb. There they go. Buyers starting to take profit right here. So it looks like some sellers trying to absorb back into these singles here. They're just taking profit up here, guys. So just, I mean, we're probably looking back at that 85 again. See if they want to buy it again. Probably be the offer. Morning, Dad. How's it going? Back at work today. Seller's starting to get a little bit confident down here. Here's that 85. Makes sense. Got 7 minutes left until the next period opens up. And you know what, Thomas? I think Go Charting has a free-ish market profile for equities, but it might be delayed data. You might have to pay for the live data to get them live. But I do think they have like an end of day profile, which isn't really. I mean, it's helpful, but it'd be nice to have it live, and the data is pretty cheap too. So if that was something that you're interested in, not a bad way to go. Triple Q's above that 292 level. This is where I was saying I think a lot of market makers might start to be buying if they are able to hold it above here. Even though we only have one session, we kind of look at this like a double distribution. And this is something that I'll be, kind of bringing into the new trading um, courses. And I know it's not really technically market profile or by the book, but things evolve, and even Dalton talks about the way that things get better is when people look at something from a new perspective. And so I'm kind of just looking at this weak spot right here in the profile as single prints, let's say. And so if the market isn't able to come down and close this distribution, right, we have this upper distribution of volume, lower distribution of volume. If we're not able to close this, we're probably going to get more continuation to the upside, and that's just kind of showing us the weakness or the lack of supply that's available today. And don't be a hero, right? I know it's like, oh, it's up, it's weak, let's get short. Unless you're scalping back down, no reason to sell your house betting that it's going to be coming back down to fill that gap. Back to the 90. So let's see if these sellers try to come back in and reoffer this 90 level. Oh, I'm tired today. I don't know. Yeah. I was already awake though when that started going off. $700 lots sitting on that 85. It's probably a stop loss if I'm being honest. So below that 85, you might see a little bit of a liquidation break back down to the 80. And that'll be that, kind of that low end of this upper distribution that we're in here. So look for them to keep holding the 85. But if sellers are able to get below the 85, you'll start to see some weak-handed traders start to liquidate. You're done? AMD's on the super high as well. Like we were seeing, Nvidia got all these chip makers. Yeah, exactly, Tommy. Yeah, they're catching up to me from yesterday. I did a bunch of like wrestling drills yesterday too in the grass, takedown drills, but just against an imaginary opponent. And that just it's like a fast lunge and then explosive back to the upside. So total body soreness and tiredness. Nothing a little bit of water can't cure. Margaret, you see when Bridget gets here, it's gonna be basically raining every day. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. Yeah, I guess not. Take a quick look around the market. We can see Apple's up 1.6, Microsoft up 0.5%, Google up 1.5, Tesla up 3.5, Amazon barely up, not up above that 115 level that we're looking for. So there's some profit taking going on up here. Meta's down. Meta had been a pretty, fairly decent sized leader lately. So the breath is picking up 10-1, 4-1 NYSE, or 4-1 on the NASDAQ. You can see it's almost like the opposite here. So let's take a dive into the past 2 days where we had seen somebody trying to sell this zero level 2 days in a row, weren't able to hold, and then they were able to pop above, and now we're seeing them flip and people are buying the zero level. So if we imagine what happened the past couple of days, we got some, extension to the downside, and then Tommy Martinez, I was doing a combination of I was practicing mostly mostly double legs because that's kind of my go-to, is more of a double leg with, the pull out, hip down, shoulder to the side. But I also do love an inside trip as well, and that's more to get leg control. But the wrestling techniques that I used were more jujitsu backgrounded. There goes that 85 level, all that liquidity trades, and then look, here it comes back down. B period's opening up. Let's take a peek at the volume real quick from this previous A session. It is about 3% more than yesterday. So kind of goes along with what we were thinking here. Back down to the 80. And this is that low end of this upper distribution, right? So if buyers are strong, this is where they're going to be strong at. This is where they're going to get a chance to be strong at. They give up this level and close this distribution, probably get some more rotation, and then maybe a test back inside yesterday's range down here below 75. Decent response there right off that A half back though. Yeah, I'm not a big single leg guy. If I go, I'm not a big takedown guy, to be honest. I just like the drills for exercise. Much rather just stand up and box with you. I'm good on the ground, but just not as fun. You know what I mean? Sellers looking to push down to that distribution, they're not able to. Fireman carry guy, huh? You must have big arms. I got long, skinny arms, bro. That's why I'm more like, if anything, if I'm going for a lock, it's gonna be an arm drag. I mean, I guess I'm not really skinny, but like I got long arms, so grab a control of that wrist, and I got really big hands and a nice little monkey grip on the back of that tricep. Get myself behind, pull it down, and then start the hammer. ESG's coming out. There goes the 80. So they weren't able to hold it. Now the sellers will look to close this distribution. This would be an opportunity for buyers to buy when they didn't get an opportunity to. But if we get back inside that prior day's range, expect the market to get a bit choppy. You'd like to see, if you're looking for the long side, you'd like to see this get above 80 and hold again. They didn't get a chance to fill right there. It came right down to basically where, I kind of assume the single prints are, or just, not necessarily single prints like you would think in a traditional perspective, but, just such a weak spot of the profile from about 76 to 77, or actually from about like 75 to 75 quarter to 76 quarter, just about. Look at the breadth. Breadth is cooling off here. 7-1, 3-1 on the NASDAQ. And we can kind of see consumer staples bouncing around that zero level. Communication services and industrials flip to red. Crypto Mojo, good morning. Good morning. Dollar moving down on that 82 here, 247 lots. I'm about to take his lunch money. So a pretty tight range here, about 30 points again. We've been starting off the day in about a 30-point range until the market really decides what it wants to do, and then from there we have been seeing a bit more range extension later on in the session. B period still sitting inside of A period. Really tight range. Bare naked is your go-to. I never did like traditional wrestling, like high school wrestling or anything like that. Only uh wrestling I had was wrestling coaches in jiu-jitsu. One of my buddies, Brandon Salinas, is a really good wrestler. Well, he used to be when he was younger. Um Showed us a lot of cool stuff down when I was in El Paso. So they're looking to backfill here. Still a buyer down here. Look at the breath cooling out here pretty good. Down to 6, a little bit below 6. Oh, you're short, so distance is bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, see, I mean, I'm only 5'8", but I've got a long wingspan. 67 inches tall, 74-inch reach, or 70, yeah, 74-inch reach. So Most of the times when I would fight, I have longer reach than most people I would fight in my weight class. But I still like to get inside because I just love hooks and uppercuts. Mostly all of my wrestling was takedown defense because I just pretty much worthless when I'm on my back. Did you guys see that Elon supposedly had twins with his like secretary or something like that? I was reading something like that this morning. So unable to fill down there again. Buyer was still down there close to that 75. Starting to get back to this 85 where this offer came from. NASDAQ's coming back up. The breath is picking back up here. New Boggs. You worked at Tesla before? Nice. How was that? Take a peek at Bitcoin too. Bitcoin, if I'm looking at this 2835 level, and my reasoning being, right, if we look at it a little bit different, there is balance here, right, these past couple of days, and then previous balance all up here. So really like this 21,400 and then 21,700. If we get back up above this 2835 and get accepted, those will kind of be the two targets, and that's kind of what I'm looking for here. And then, above that, we're looking probably 23K. Yeah, I meant K, not 100. So not able to get above that 85 there. The offer is still sitting there. Look back down to that 75, so we're in about a 10-point range right now. They'll looking to find a bid as they push the market down and see if sellers are going to move with it. What's Boggs, Poke? Oops. And look at energy, 1.2 up. Well, they both died in December, and now they're reincarnated as Elon's twins. Oh, Bogdanos. Tech's pulling back down here a little bit. Big sellers trying to step up. They blew it. Badass easy work, 12-day free stock food and showers and gym and travel. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I heard working for Tesla is actually a pretty good gig, to be honest with you. Tommy, are you out in California? Oh, Thomas, that was you that's out there in Old Forge, right? My wife's racist. She said you're probably Italian if you live in Old Forge. Tommy, you're out in Martinez? Oh, okay. Or in California. Yeah. Out there in like San Jose-ish area, Castro Valley, Hayward, Fremont. That's where the plant was, is in Fremont, I think. I would see it every day, like not every day, but I'd drive past it all the time on the highway when I'm going to Santa Cruz. Oh, you're out in Modesto. Damn, that's where I got my first tattoo. Modesto. Yeah, when I was 14, I met a guy that worked at the Home Depot, older Mexican cat. And he's like, "Yo, I'll do a tattoo." And I was like, "Shh, say less." Went to Barnes and Nobles, ripped out a page of calligraphy, took it to Kinko's, blew it up, boom. Tattooed my last name on my back like a true Mexican. VIX is down about 2%. TLT's coming down. Bonds are down. All the equities are looking like they're up. See, Apple's almost up 2%. Microsoft's gaining a little bit of steam here. We see the NASDAQ back up above 4. NYSE is kind of lagging a little bit, but Tesla's getting some bull. Amazon's starting to climb. Meta's still lagging a bit, right? But trying to get on its horse. We can see that tick getting back above the 0. Still not able to get above this 85, right? That's going to be their target here, is this 85. They need to get above that 85 and hold if they want to get back up there and test that 90. Offer still sitting there. No, I'm not in Salinas. I'm on the East Coast now, bro. I actually used to be up north past Sacramento. But from like the Brentwood, Antioch, Fremont, I lived all over the Bay Area as a kid. Um, and then I lived in Santa Cruz for a little while, and then I joined the army, and then lived all over the world. And now I'm stationary out here in the good old Northeast United States. And I will tell you, I don't miss my PG&E bill at all. Mac Drake, yeah, yep, exactly. Super duper. Oh, you were in the army, Tom? Nice. Where, what was your MOS? Let's see if this buyer is still sitting here down at these, the 75. 53 Juliet. I don't even know what that is. How long ago was it? 'Cause it might have changed since I was in. That was a whiskey, 68 whiskey. Medic. I know 68 Juliet was medical supply. Well, that's pretty cool. Thank you for your service, man. Are you in the Discord with us? If not, you should definitely jump in there. Where are you taking Colleen?
You can get a rental car
For what?
for work. So she goes out to Syracuse for training to,
Oh, and they're gonna give her a
and
rental
they
car?
cover a rental.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. She's got a shower. So we'll just go.
Oh, okay. Chris, there is something similar to Exo charts that's free. It is called Go Charting. Go Charts. Um, and yeah, it's a little bit complicated to use at first. This is Go Charting right here. You just have to layer in all the things that you want, right? So if you wanted to put on a specific indicator or something like that, you just have to mess around with this. There's somebody in the Discord, Chappie's Crypto. He has a lot of good videos on Go Charting. I really haven't used Go Charting in a while. I was using it for crypto when they finally made it, gave us the ability to trade through it. But then I really haven't been taking many trades through crypto at all, except for through Bybit. But yeah, he has some videos. If you type in Chappie's Crypto, I'm pretty sure he's linked down below on my video. Um, maybe not. He used to be. I feel like the thing changes all the time. But yeah, if you just type in Chappie's Crypto into YouTube, he's got a lot of videos on there on how to use it. And Poke uses exclusively Go Charting for the TPO. Yeah, so definitely, um, definitely a pretty good way to go. Oh, you're a mechanic, Fort Campbell. Oh, six. Is that like helicopter mechanic? 62 Juliet. Fort Campbell, huh? Air assault. Margaret. Um, Thomas is the guy from Old Forge, and he said, "Yes, I'm a spaghetti bender. Your wife must be Irish."
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Uh, that's funny, real. Yeah, that's North Scranton. That's so funny. A spaghetti bender. I've never heard that. That's pretty harsh, I felt like. A lot of history up here in the Northeast, especially in PA, dude. It's pretty cool. Brian. Oh, okay, Brian. What did I say? Oh, I said Thomas. My bad, bro. Brian. Okay. Black or red? What color is number 13 on the roulette table? Black. Well, that's one thing I wanted to talk about as well today. While we're getting a little bit of cooling in the market, so one thing that I have, let me break this open. One thing that I tend to do is, and I know it's like I said, it's not technically, the market profile standard or how the book goes. But so yesterday we got this inventory pushed down, late momentum sellers got trapped, we came up, and then they liquidated them here. Um, I consider this move here, even though it's inside value, when I look at this on a retest, I look at it as single prints, right? So I think if they can't close it, there's a distribution down here, we got distribution up here. The market came back down, couldn't close the distribution, and that kind of made me lean a lot more to the upside um, than anything. And I was just, I was actually on Discord with James, just chatting with James, and we were just talking about that. Um, and like I said, it's not in the book. It's not anywhere. It's just something that I look at specifically. It'll be in the new course eventually when that comes out. But just something to think about and maintain that perspective, right? See you later. Okay. See you later. Okay. Gas storage in 3 minutes. Thanks, Poke. Let's see what they give us. Where's Kevin at? I haven't seen Kevin. He was like asking if we're gonna be trading today. So the seller's still sitting on this 85, guys. We got to get above the 85 and hold in order to get some more continuation. Said you're an old hippie, used to travel around the country following the Grateful Dead. Spent a lot of time in San Francisco, Santa Cruz, Cambria, San Luis Obispo, Mendocino, and Humboldt. Fun times? Yeah, definitely. And that's back in the day when Santa Cruz was really nice. Now Santa Cruz is like overrun with fucking homeless people. It's miserable.
Did you? What? Oh, where is that? It's right there by the door.
So
Right
here's
there.
that 85. Let's see if this offer still wants to hold.
The fence in.
No, I put it in the shed.
Oh.
Yeah, this morning.
Huh?
This morning. C period's opening up. There goes that 85. Look for them to try to hold above it here. Offer's still trying to hold. Okay.
Did you want to come?
No.
Okay.
Where? Oh no, I do not. And then if you talk to Paul today, just see if we can figure out a time where I can go over and put that handrail in.
Yeah.
Okay. That password. The fuck is this shit? Oh. The boardwalk, yeah, the boardwalk's actually a lot nicer now. Um, still some well, not as many homeless people down the boardwalk, but the boardwalk's all electronic and stuff now. You know, my mom actually used to work at the boardwalk selling cotton candy back in the 90s. I actually lived in Santa Cruz for like first couple years of my life. Your Apple code, the fuck is this? Crazy that Boris Johnson resigned for basically exactly what Newsom was doing in California, and Newsom is still just winning over there. Of the 85, here we go. Did I make the ring and the clown? Bro, I'm professional at that. All the time. I've been to the boardwalk a lot, though. My brother pretty much did all the electrical work for the boardwalk, so we always had free passes and everything. So I got to go all the time. And I lived, like, literally, I lived in the beach flats for a while, so walking distance. I just walk there all the time. Then I worked up the hill up at Star Zone Smoke Shop and Uncle Foo's Tattoos up on Seabright. My boy Farhan who owns that shop. So P profile starting to form early, typically that's an indication of short covering, right? So we haven't really got a ton of new money buying. We, definitely makes sense that there was some short covering here, especially when people tried to sell that previous high, and now we're starting to form a P shape, and that is typically an indication of short covering. So this is one of those times where buying the breakouts is not really advantageous for us when we see short covering. Unless this profile starts to elongate a little bit to the upside, we're probably going to maintain a little bit of rotation for the most part. Look at the triple Q here too, looking like a nice P profile. It's a 15-minute chart though, but similar. The free concerts. Yeah, have you ever heard of Tommy, you ever heard of Expendables? Jeff, the lead singer, is actually married to my cousin. Well, I guess not really. They're not technically. They're not married by law. He doesn't really believe in that, but they're together. Cool dude. Really cool dude. A lot of my friends would get a trip on him because they love the Expendables, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, you fucking know him. I want to meet him." Treat him like a celebrity when he's really just, he's just a dude. You know what is funny about the East Coast though, and I'm sure Brian will catch me on this one. The On the East Coast, people don't really chit chat. You know what I mean? Like, nobody really gives a shit how you're doing. Everyone's just like, "What do you need?" Okay, and then that's it. Then the conversation's over. They're real direct. It's not that they're rude. It's just different than the West Coast, right? They're just direct. Right? They've got something to do. They want to do that thing, and then they want to go back home. Whereas in California, everyone's, a lot, not everyone, but a lot of people are just kind of like, yeah, hey, how's it going? How's your day? What's your dog's name? They'll be chatting you up. I watched a movie last night called Molly's Game on Netflix. It was actually pretty good, based on a true story. Kevin Costner, Idris Elba. There's some actors and actresses in it. Some big names. That kid from Superbad. I can never remember his name. Natural gas. Oh, Poker already said it. Natural gas rose 10% to 610 as inventories build less than expected. Six countries seek expansion of partial IP waiver for COVID-19 vaccines to drugs and tests by year end. Back down here to this 85 level. C level's kind of weak for me right here at the B half back. Not really a huge fan of that. Yeah, those are two good ones, definitely. If you like some nice chill music, then you're good to go. Bringing the shots to babies. Yeah, I'm not gonna get my kids vaccinated against the COVID, I'll be honest. Um I think, I mean, and I have no way to know for sure, and I'll probably never know for sure, but when I got the COVID vaccine, I started to have all kinds of autoimmune issues, put on about 45 pounds. Um, I mean, mandatory for me because back then I was in the army. Uh, even though I was getting ready to retire, they still forced it on us. And for me, I think it caused a lot of health issues, but thankfully I was able to recover, and I feel a lot better now. But I mean, I even had to take time off trading. I was feeling terrible. I felt, every morning I'd wake up, I'd feel nauseous and, felt like I was pregnant or something maybe. Hey, I'm not going to get, especially my son, because he has diabetes, type 1 diabetes, so he already has autoimmune disorder, and I don't trust the vaccine enough for them to, for him, I would never do it. And if they make it mandatory for schools for him to go to school, guess what? I'll just fucking homeschool him. I know everything he needs to know anyway, so. And he just wants to be a police officer. I can work for, Scranton PD. Oh, no, I was at E7, Tommy. I retired. Yeah, I retired last year in September 21. Good old Sergeant First Class. Which is, it's kind of shitty because in the army, when you start to rank up, you really get farther and farther away from your job. So I was a combat medic, line medic for a long time. Went to a hospital unit, became a platoon sergeant, and was in charge of an ICU, ICW, and then eventually in charge of an ER. But really, once you start getting into those positions, it's more of a management position. So you start to get put away from the medicine and more just into, personnel. And that just, it just wasn't my favorite thing. I'm more of a, let me show you how this is done type of guy, not just go do this. And I like to watch like people get stuff done. I'm always down in the motor pool, always turning a wrench, always doing anything that I can to keep myself busy and keep my platoon busy. Always uh pushing my platoon. I even went. I'd never gone to the EFMB, but went to the EFMB to try and encourage all my soldiers to go to the EFMB, and none of them went. But I went, got the EFMB, and then forced them to go after. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. Yeah, so what I did was, because I honestly wasn't sure what was going on with me. It was just, um, it was just killing. I mean, I don't know, killing me, but I mean, I've weighed 180 pounds since I was about 14 years old, and I weigh 180 pounds again right now. But I've weighed this weight, for a long time, and all of a sudden I jumped up like 223 pounds, 225 pounds, and so I knew something was going on. So I basically just cut everything out of my diet, stopped drinking energy drinks, and switched to the brat diet, which is bananas, apples, rice, and toast, mainly white rice. And I was just doing a lot of stretching, a lot of meditating, a lot of reading too, and was able to get back to where I wanted to be at, and was able to get back on the stream, and you know able to kind of share my message, which is it's like a therapy session for me, streaming every day. I enjoy it. The natural reaction for the body is to put on weight. Yeah, so that makes sense. Fort Jackson, no, I was all over. I was at Fort Benning for a little bit. I was at Fort Bliss for a little bit. I was at Fort Hood for a little bit. Um, Camp Casey, Camp Gary Owen, um, Fort Lewis. I was in the Sacramento Recruiting Battalion. Uh, I was in, I mean, just all over places for medical missions. I never been to Fort Jackson though. I've been to Fort Campbell. I had a good buddy that lived down there, and when I was I'm a level 4 combatives instructor, and when I was down at Fort Benning teaching combatives, I drove out to Fort Campbell when we had a 4-day weekend to see my buddy. He was stationed down there at the time. When are our Fed speakers on today? Let me look at this. We've got the GP speaker. Hill speaks at 12:05. Um, and then Waller's on at 1 o'clock. And then Bullard's on at 1 o'clock as well. So it's not for a while. Really low volume so far today. A little bit more than yesterday in that first session. Second session was 20, or it was about 2% less. And then we've got about 13 minutes until the next session opens up. I mean the hand-to-hand combat systems were based off of a bit of jujitsu and police tactics, right? So depending upon your instructors and stuff, we would, you know, we would do everything from standing. So we start from four distance. So you have like projectile range. Fuck, I can't even remember now. But there's four ranges, right? And then the last range being the ground range. The difference is, you know, in the military when we would teach these, it wasn't, we weren't really concerned about so much as restraint as just ending the fight, and the ending the fight would, you know, you can imagine elimination. Yeah, there used to, yeah, the farmers market. So they still do have that farmers market, but they moved it out to Watsonville now. Crypto. My 2 mile time? My 2 mile time was around in between 13 and 14 minutes. I wasn't really the best runner. I always told myself, you know, why did I learn how to fight if I'm gonna start running from stuff? Rather just get my ass kicked and not run. The best way I ever heard it put, my son asked somebody to race, and they said, Curtis, if you see me running, you better run too, because something's definitely wrong. Yeah, we worked with the El Paso Police Department a lot. Worked like handcuffing drills and takedowns and restraints. That's why if you ever watch Live PD in El Paso, they're on their shit. They don't mess around, and you don't see a lot of issues come out of El Paso because the police department is pretty trained. They put a lot of effort into training their officers. You know, which is an unfortunate reality of being a police officer is a lot of police officers are undertrained and under equipped to handle, you know, the amount of stress that they're under. Let's see if they're gonna hold this here. This would be their opportunity. They've been holding above this 85 for a minute now. Let's see if they can get that B high here. $37 contracts trade on that high tick you can see right here. That close of that single print up here, about 95-ish. See. 94.5. German government could take more than a 30% stake in Uniper. Anybody read German? This article's in German. The article. If somebody put it a different way. So you guys know how I always talk about being a risk manager. Someone's talking about being a professional loss taker, which makes sense. I mean, it seems like a kind of a thing to say. There we go. There's that high. See if they can close this these single prints up 94.5. Check out the breadth here on the Nasdaq too, 5-1. So we're starting to get these tech sectors are really starting to run. Amazon or Apple's up almost 2%, Microsoft almost up to that 1%, Google 2.25%, Amazon about 0.5%, almost up to that 115, which is fucking waiting for forever, it feels like. Tesla's up 4%, Meta's still kind of lagging, but up about 0.25% as well. Yeah, medics get handguns. Yeah, I had an AR and a 9mm back then. I never got the new SIG that the army switched to. I heard it wasn't all that though. I really like the 9mm. It was a heavy pistol and you had to have a little bit of strength in your arms and shoulders to hold it, but um it was just accurate. I mean, I could just smack targets from 50 meters with that thing, even from, awkward positions. Stationary targets, right? It's a little bit different. It's like you see these people online talking about these shooters and if they're military trained, but in the military, unless you're attached to an infantry unit, you don't do a lot of stress shooting and you don't do a lot of shooting at moving targets. And shooting a moving target is 100% different than shooting a pop-up or a paper target. That is for certain. That's why I love me some skeet. Oh! Me and my brother go skeet shooting. Have a lot of time. Captain Price, what's up, my man? Boss. So still not able to close that distribution yet. About one tick short, it looks like. NYSE is picking up almost 10-1. Nasdaq's 5.5. You can see the tick really not getting oversold either, right? We look here, you can see, no 1,000 tick readings, even though we're hitting the high of the day, which is just letting us know that there's not really selling strength. Profit taking right there early. A little bit of absorption too. Volume is just low. 4 minutes until that next period opens up. All right, Crypto Mojo. Have a good day, man. Thanks for coming by. You know what I do want to start in the Discord for anybody that's in right now. Any like gardening tips and stuff like that, or like a gardening channel, just where people can grow their own food, and just tips and things that you use, or maybe videos that you've watched that you enjoyed or felt like helpful for you. Tiny bubbles. Yeah, I hated cadence, to be honest. I was with my very first unit, Manchus. My first sergeant and commander just hated cadence, and so when we would run, it would just be pure silence. They didn't want to hear anybody chatting either. They just wanted to hear silence. Hard work, work. I actually had to learn a bunch of cadence when I went to like WLC and ALC and stuff because I didn't know any. You have to do it there. Eldora, hello. How are you? I'm doing great. Yeah, a little bit sore today. I did a lot of push-ups yesterday. A bit sore. Kind of tired, I think, too, from that. Maybe I should have drank a little bit more water yesterday. But overall, great. Not having to wake up at the crack of dawn is suiting me very well. Damn, Brittany Griner's facing 10 years in prison. U.S. crude oil stocks plus 8.234 million. Yeah, so how will that work if Boris Johnson steps down as the prime minister? Is it like, is it like in the US where if the president steps down, the vice president becomes the president? Um, how does that work out over there? TJ, what's up, bro? Am I a morning person? Not really. I don't mind waking up in the morning, but I just don't like waking up and then having to jump onto the computer to trade. So like right now I still wake up at 6 every day. But you know what? I wake up at 6, I check the news for a little bit, drink some water, get a workout in. Uh, today I walked down to the gas station, um, got a Red Bull. I was feeling a Red Bull today. Haven't had one in a little while. Um, and then did some stretching. I didn't work out too hard today because when I started working out, my chest was already pretty sore. So just took it easy, did some nice stretching, maintained that flexibility for me, and then got on, did the trade view, bullshitted with Tommy for a little while, and then started the stream. So I like it a lot. Makes it a lot easier for me, I guess. Whereas like, I'd have to wake up early, like 5 a.m., try to get all these things done, but then the kids are up at like 6:37, get them ready for school, take them to school, and then the stream, market opens at 6:30, so I'm looking at like a trade, a trade window from 6:30 to 7 until the kids really needed uh needed shit, um and then take them to school and stuff. But so it's a little bit easier for me. Max push-ups, some sit-ups, not the 2 mile. Yes, me too. I always max push-ups and sit-ups, and then my 2 mile was always kind of close, unless I felt like not trying, and then. But they had this thing that if we got a 270 or above on the PT test, that we didn't have to do organized PT. So I just made sure I did that until I became a platoon sergeant, and then it didn't matter. I had to be at PT every day. So. I can be a morning person too. Like depends on what we're doing. Like if we gotta wake up early and we're going fishing, fuck, I'll be ready to go. 261 contracts traded on that high tick. If they can get back up there. It looks like a lot of sell stops might be coming out here pretty soon if they close this distribution. Number 38.94 half is going to be the close of that distribution. Yeah, I agree, Alex. Yeah, it's like a let's go have some fun. That's one thing I'd love. Like, I'd love if I lived on like a lake. I could just like, you know, walk out on my dock and just fish off the dock at like 5 to 6. Maybe catch a fish, eat it for lunch every day. That's why I love camping, because I don't when I'm camping, I don't fuck around. I always catch fish when I'm camping, and I always eat them. There's nothing better than like a fresh fish, even though when you get fish from the deli, even if you're near some water. There it goes. So there's that 94 half. So look for a decent stop run. That's not really all the stops that are up here yet. There we go. Took them out. 89 contracts on that high tick. Sellers are just kind of scattered here. There's 630 6 lots. Ooh, finally. Let's take a peek around the block real quick. Apple came down a little bit, 1.75. Microsoft jumped up, though, about 0.73. Amazon, very close to this 115 to get our calls in the money. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing more fresh than a fish that you just caught. And I just, you know, fucking fillet it. Well, actually, most of the time when I'm camping, I don't even fillet it. I just skin it, cut the tail off, cut the head off, stick some butter in it, um, garlic, some tahini. You guys like tahini? And then boom. Yeah, Bitcoin is up above our 2085 level. So as long as it gets accepted above this level, we should see that 21.4, and then that 21.741 is going to be that T2 or take profit to TP2. Good call out, Poke. Thank you. Damn, Brian, you ran 50 miles a week? What an animal. Yeah, that's too much for me. Yeah, I love camping too. I could live in the woods probably. If there's ever an alone um duos again, my brother and I'll probably try to sign up for it. I'll just be killing animals and catching fish, and he'll be building shelter. Oh, you were in back in '04. You run walk 30 miles a week. Yeah, but Dad, you like running, and your body's built to run. My body's built to. I'm like a dwarf, really dangerous at short distance. Lord of the Rings. 55, making yourself sound old. Profit taken up here, guys. Careful. If the buying slips back down below this 92-ish, 91-ish area, we'll probably be looking back down to that 85. Only thing that holds you back, Dad, is that those ankles. U.S. Treasury to sell 43 billion in 3-year notes, to sell 33 billion in 10-year notes, and to sell 19 billion in 30-year bonds. Yeah, so watch this 92, 91 area. If they give that up, they'll probably bid back down to the 85. Yeah. Yeah, no more basketball for you. Yeah, you're one hard plant from a broken ankle. So if we take a look here, and this is on Jim Dalton's website, click on resources, NYSE volume. Just easy. This is just what I use. I'm sure there's other ways to do it. You can see we start out that A period, about 3% more volume, got that nice move up, and then since we've been up here, volume slowly decreasing. Not really anything crazy, but definitely just coming down a bit. So as Bitcoin's pulling back here, this is where we want to see them. We want to see them hold above this balance, right? There's space up here, right? Even if this area, I would say all the way, oops, um, down here to like this 20,700 level as well. Ooh, Prime Day's coming up. I love Prime Day. Very, very slow market today, guys. Oh yeah, I've been on Drop Zone in Great America a bunch of times. We have excess on the high. And remember what I was saying early on this morning. This is to me what I'm looking at, or what I'm kind of seeing here, is very reminiscent of what we've seen the past couple of days. Um but just to the opposite side, right? We saw a lot of push down early on in the past two sessions, and then today's session we're seeing push up. And let's see if some people that were not fans of buying are fans of buying. They might be getting it in a little bit late today, and uh, could cause that late day liquidation. Oh, Niners? No, no, I'm a Cowboys fan, bro. America's team. Robinhood has got their crypto wallet on lock, I guess. They just said crypto transfers are available. I wouldn't uh if I would, if I were you guys, I would keep most of your crypto unless you're using it to trade on a hard wallet. A lot of these exchanges, who knows what's happening with them, and there's just nothing you can do, right? You log onto your account, it's at zero, you had all your crypto in there, and they're like, "Where's it at?" And you're like, sorry, lost it." Southsider. Yeah, the little La M. What's that? Santa Cruz Beach Flat. I'm the one? Probably not, bro. Yeah, probably not me. They call my house a Swisher house. It was a play on words from Paul Wall. I'm gonna put Apple down here in our lower corner. Getting above this 145, but the market's at the high of the day and Apple's not, so it's pretty interesting. What do you guys feel about some music while we're just sitting here and Marcus not doing shit? Let me see what we can find. You know where my go-to is for some motivation here. Uncle Answers. Okay, just making sure you guys can hear it.
Show me your mind.
If you guys want me to play it through the Zoom, let me know.
Talking like Honda, right to custom shit. I'ma get pushing cars on all my stocks. I has my shit vested in everything from value tested dividends. Living in houses in the hills, my life is different. Businesses I've been doing that since I was little, yeah. Bigger than that, I'm doing the same thing on the biggest scale. Listen here, I can make $1 million anywhere. This ain't fair, I don't show my face cause I am everywhere. Let me in, you don't gotta like me, but the message ill. This is real, never make investments based on how you feel. Pick a field, but you cannot quit it till you get a deal. Need a will, otherwise you'll waste your time just spinning wheels. I do this opposite shit, they thought it was easy. Like I got here without reading, like I didn't give up sleeping. Tell me what the fuck's a weekend, tell me what the fuck's your reason for this dream. You keep on dreaming, it's gonna leave if you don't lead it, huh? Got $1 in a dream, I need a couple cents. I'ma go and sell some preem, pay my mama's rent. But I bought that shit, watch me call the top and shit. I'm confident the cycle ends, and when it does, I'll buy the dip and then I'll get a nicer whip. The guy disliking all my vids will probably be a lot more pissed, but I'm just gonna pray he bless. Wish I had time.
No, I got permission from Josh to play his music.
I'm trading when the fade begins and selling when they duck kick it. I be talking options, I got lots of those.
I won't get copyrighted. Plus, I'm not monetized. I don't have ads and shit, so I don't care about that kind of stuff.
Cash is always liquid, always dripping. I got us and bitch talking like Honda, right there, got some shit. I'ma get pushing cars on all my stocks. I has my shit vested in everything from value tested dividends. Living in houses in the hills, my life is different. Businesses I've been doing that since I was little, yeah. Bigger than that, I'm doing the same thing on the biggest scale. Listen here, I could make $1 million anywhere. This ain't fair, I don't show my face cause I am everywhere. Let me in, you don't gotta like me, but the message ill. This is real, never make investments based on how you feel. Pick a field, but you gotta get
This is Uncle Answers Options Trading Anthem.
Yeah, pray for all of y'all. I hope you never lose your goals. The mark is valid, don't be afraid to take it slow. It's as it possible to make the money if you broke. And mine's the obstacle, the strangest secret that you know. Adaptable, I had to go DiCaprio, plain as the wolf, subtract the host, but add some dough. The rooster didn't come to roast, about to cope, but back with folks, it's rapid growth. I have a coat, I have a rose, I have some homes, I have to go contractual. Selling those, but not my soul. I sell the clothes to buy some more. I'm with my bros, divide the dough, my high and low, my favorite hoe. I hit it when she drop it low. I'm never at the cop it close. Only buy options as homes. You don't got those, leave me alone.
Let's see another one. I like this one.
Feel like World War II. We know what that shit look like. It's a call, baby. Aye. Yeah. Feel like World War II, but we know what that shit look like. I guess we really did live a good life. But now it's inside, unless you get time. People buying everything so they can sell it online. Come on, dawg, you wouldn't even need that TP. How that EDD turn into PS5s and TVs. Another enemy that can't be seen, but just believe me. Everybody lying, but that truth ain't always easy. People without the money ain't freaking out no more. As long as you qualify, then you don't pay back the loan. Bail out they companies, not the ones that need it most. And the people with everything keep on tweeting about those. Whoa. This shit getting obvious. They don't really give a fuck. They care about if they profiting. I ain't never been the one to bitch about conglomerates, but this shit getting ominous. My mom won't come outside again. Some days I'm waking up and I feel hustle. Days is kinda jumbled. I know it keep me safe, but it ain't
Back down to that 85 there. 86. Buyers still stepping up here.
When the public is in disarray and don't follow instructions. Half the people work, the rest complain to make assumptions. I'm trying hard to see this, but it's mutating to something. Damn. So all the points I'm bringing up is sounding kinda pointless now. Why you think I do not give a fuck? It sounded poignant now. They really test me everywhere. My patience and appointments now. I guess you never miss it till it's gone. I never had so many people tell me I was wrong. They don't want shit in your head, but they want shit in your arm. I wish a lot of bigger problems had the same alarm. But nah, you hearing what you wanna see. Started out with little shit, but now it feels like everything. Everybody wants a meme or maybe get some shit for free. It sounded dumb, cause freedom means you still a leaf fell from the tree. But but you can take your time and shit. We all gon' fail without objective values. I won't rhyme the shit. It's been a year, we feel the same. We still on Trump and Biden shit. The people change, the issue same. We just turn a blind eye to it. Damn. Conformity is crazy. All I gotta do is lie to you and they would pay me. And they can stop the views if the truth can make them angry. It's crazy what we do in co-world like it's the 80s. So hate me. I would hate me too. It's easier to believe a lie than believe that we've been fooled. And I would love to blame the next guy. I'm just like you.
Yeah, his songs are all like real and about the market. It's cool. He's a really cool dude, and he streams stock market live every day from market open to market close. He's a beast. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we don't need ads. Come on. Oh, that's a good one too.
I don't wanna rap that. Yeah.
Rolly on my wrist.
Nah, I don't wanna rap that. Pull up in a beer body, I don't put a tap back. Hit me with the divvy, I don't even need the NASDAQ. Skinny and she pretty, I don't even need the ass fat. Guinea was a freebie, I don't even need a fast one. I was never greedy, I just never fucking had shit. Now I bet that I ain't never fucking going bad shit. Please stop back.
There's some bids stepping up from 85 to 87, it looks like here. 86, 75. At least just trying to prop the market up right here. Like we said, below that 92 level, we're looking probably trading back down to that 85 at least.
But I really need a reason for a pop champagne. Proper for the fall, so I gotta stay safe. Lot of money on the table, boy, that look like bait. I'ma think before I get it, boy, that look like fate. Either way the story goes, no, I love that fate. Had these motherfuckers hated me before they love me. Now they selling half and they ain't playing with their money. I told them take a tent and pay yourself.
Yeah, I like that. I like that lo-fi music. That stuff's nice.
Even if they did, no, I wouldn't take it from her. Then we took a shit, but we still try to love her. Got so many wins that I can't trip about a folly on my wrist. Rather get a B&B and rent it for the scenery, and maybe live the season then keep on buying stats every month, spread it evenly and set it out of people.
I listen to like a lot of lo-fi like when I'm playing video games. I'm just zoned out.
Yeah, it's a car, baby. 2020. Yeah. I came for nothing, they telling me shit. Can't sell my soul cause I'm already rich. With my shot cause you know I want this. Profit on this, so I'm calling it switch. I came for nothing, they telling me shit. Can't sell my soul cause I'm already rich. Shooting my shot cause you know I won't miss. My profit on this, so I'm calling it switch. I came for nothing, they telling me shit. Can't sell my soul cause I'm already rich. Shooting my shot cause you know I won't miss. My profit on this, so I'm calling it switch. I came for nothing, they telling me shit. Can't sell my soul cause I'm already rich. Shooting my shot cause you know I won't miss. My profit on this, so I'm calling it switch. I'm at that bank, bitch. I caught it off the glass. And if I can't hit,
you know I look to pass.
You should do the math. We wasn't supposed to have, not even half. But it's crazy how I doubled that. I think I make a toast. My bro went Holy Ghost. And you know I never ever forget about my coat. Show them how to work the well when the water low.
Yeah, that's what I agree. Peter, I think that there's a lot of sell stops up here above, and up on that 3900, there's still 600 lot orders sitting up there, or 600 lots total. Telling me shit, kissing my soul cause I'm already rich. Shooting my shot cause you know I won't miss. Profit on next one, calling this switch. Listen to the second verse in this song. This is a good one.
My profit on that, so I'm calling it switch. I came for nothing, they telling me shit. Can't sell my soul cause I'm already rich. Shooting my shot cause you know I won't miss. Profit on that, so I'm calling it switch. I'm at that bank, bitch. Feel like I'm young Jerome. My interest rate is cut down to super lows. If you talking about that money, hoes and stupid clothes, don't ask me about the car I drove. Ask if I sell a home.
Yeah, Peter, it's been sitting there all day, right?
They scared to mention me. Cause if the truth get more attention, they can't charge a fee. Show her how to sell that preem when it get too deep. Never move like you hungry if you didn't eat. It's a call, baby. Yeah, ain't do it how we do it, that's a fact. Hopper got up in the front seat on my back. I can make 100,000 if it crash.
Oh, here we go. This is the one that I like
If
too.
you want to make consistent gains from day trading,
If you
then
want to
need-
make consistent gains from day trading, just buy my course and you'll just know everything. Can you imagine?
Like, for real though, what are you doing this for? Like, ask yourself that. Hey, Fly, turn this shit up. It took a while to get here. Told the dad it's taking.
Thanks, James. I appreciate it, man.
My mama been hustling since daycare, so I had a lot of time to get me all these haters. Talking God in every song because he showed me favor. But don't get it wrong, Tyrone, you meet the maker. I'm a weirdo. Study coaches, ran the planet, learned the earnings in the balance. Serve a purpose, not a man. I'm a working in the famine. I learned working from the end. I'm the sickest
Motherfucker that you never seen before. At the final score and worry about the leaderboard.
What the fuck you smiling for? Start acting like you've been before. I'm just trying to live my life. Watch all the seeds I'm planting grow. Yeah, there's some shit you probably read about. Business it constituents, some words that make you sleepy, yeah. But I just made $1 million trading news up off the TV, yeah. I put that shit on YouTube now. The youth is trying to beat me now. So take notes and not granted. Stay woke and upstanding. Buy hope and sell panic. That's a lesson in disguise. So you might wanna rewind that. Sell it on the high, decay time, then I buy back. I'ma take it, it's flagrant, but take patience. I'm stalking, then waiting, then trade it, support it or hate it. I love your engagement.
Getting some pullback from tech here. Apple's pulling back a little bit. Google, Amazon, everything's pulling back a little bit.
Lots of risk management, I focus on the 10.
Weak low.
All that matters what's not when, just patient till it get here. I'ma do this till I'm dead. I hope I'm making this clear. Feel me, you should kill me.
Yeah, Peter, glad to have you, man. If you're new here, go ahead and jump in our Discord as well. Let me send you an invite.
Ask my brother, ask my bitch. Everything I take my time. You trying to ride? I'ma teach you how to move. When the only option losing, the environment is fools. Let me inspire what to do. Give them some value, speak the truth. The shit I'm speaking, this ain't new. The way I speak it, make it cool. I dumb it down, I act a fool. I'ma kick this lesson in this one, encompass all of it. You only get one life to live. You blow it, then you dumb as shit. Money is start coming in. Make sure you pay the government. Just learn the game, do what they say to teach you how to duck that shit. Yeah, I'm talking escorts, LLCs. This a loophole melody. Feel like I'm Pablo Medellin. I gave my people what they need. I told my God I had a dream. Me like for real, you telling me you think it's coming that easy? So, yeah, why you think I'm on my grind? I treat this life like it ain't mine. For that been beaten and despised. I've been seen, I've been admired. I've been angry all the time. I've been tired on this spot, but that's the devil, he a lie.
Oh, we already listened to this one. Here's a good one too.
You've probably used price action order flow.
It's a call, baby. Yeah, it go 1 for the
Elo's still weak.
2 for the show, 3 for the pad, 4 for the close, 5 for the crib. What you thinking at a O? 6 a lot of digits, but I always wanted more. 7 days of fast to come with cash and I can close. 8's better be great, I ain't smoking trash no more. 9's kinda fine, but it's 10's on my phone. 11 at 11, but at 12 I gotta go. Whoa, this one for the haters, got a couple for the hoes. Triple in the digits, cause I did this shit before. This feel like 05, you should probably flip a home. The race used to be 6, I ain't tripping about the loans. 7 years of feasting, 7 years of no more growth. The years ate all the profits when the future is unknown. 9 times out of 10, they talking bad shit they don't know. You sound like you 11, trying to sell me on the dose. 12 different clones, trying to sell you 13 easy steps up in the coast. If I was 14 and I learned this shit up on my own, then you could learn it with 15 megabits on your phone. Literally, dog, that's a 416. Pull up in trash suits, rolling about 100 deep. When I host a meeting, it look like we having car meets. I'm so fucking good at stocks, it makes some people stock me. Damn.
This is my favorite one. We already listened to it first, but it's my favorite one.
options, bitch. Show me your mind. I got options, bitch. Talking like Honda, right to custom shit. I'ma get pushing cars on all my stocks. I has my shit vested in everything from value tested dividends. Living in houses in the hills, my life is different. Businesses, I've been doing that since I was little, yeah. Bigger than that, I'm doing the same thing on the biggest scale. Listen here, I could make $1 million anywhere. This ain't fair, I don't show my face cause I am everywhere. Let me in, you don't gotta like me, but the message ill. This is real, never make investments based on how you feel. Pick a field, but you cannot quit it till you get a deal. Need a will, otherwise you'll waste your time just spinning wheels. I do this opposite shit, they thought it was easy. Like I got here without reading, like I didn't give up sleeping. Tell me what the fuck's a weekend, tell me what the fuck's your reason for this dream. You keep on dreaming, it's gonna leave if you don't lead it, huh? Got $1 in a dream, I need a couple cents. I'ma go and sell some Supreme, pay my mama's rent. But I bought that shit, watch me call the top and shit. I'm confident the cycle ends, and when it does, I'll buy the dip and then I get a nicer whip. The guy disliking all my vids will probably be a lot more pissed, but I'm just gonna pray he blessed. Wish I had time to hate this shit. I'm busy chasing greatnessness. I'm trading when the fade begins and selling when they don't kick in. I be talking options, I got lots of those in life. I could get you started, but I can't teach you to drive. I turn on
Atlanta
my
Fed
mind, I swear I
GDP
come alive.
negative
Can't see
1.9,
signs, they
previous
always dripping.
negative
I got options, bitch.
2.1.
Like Honda, right there, got some shit. I'ma get pushing cars on all my stocks. I hedge my shit, vested in everything from value tech to dividends. Living in houses in the hills, my life is different. Businesses, I've been doing that since I was little, yeah. Bigger than that, I'm doing the same thing on the biggest scale. Listen here, I could make $1 million anywhere. This ain't fair, I don't show my face cause I am everywhere. Let me in, you don't gotta like me, but the message ill. This is real, never make investments based on how you feel. Pick a field, but you gotta get it till you get a deal. This is real. Yeah. Pray for all of y'all. I hope you never lose your goals. The mark is volatile. Don't be afraid to take it slow. It's as it possible to make the money if you broke. And mine's the obstacle. The strangest secret that you know. Adaptable. I had to go DiCaprio, playing as the wolf. Subtract the hoes, but add some dope.
All right, I got another one for you guys. What's VVS, Peter? Oops.
The rooster didn't come to roast the bat to cope.
Starting to see the breath pick up a little bit here. Amazon just breached that at 115 level I've been waiting for like 2 days. The music is Uncle Answers. Type in Uncle Answers on YouTube, or I mean he's on every platform pretty much, but yeah. Yeah, Uncle Answers. We can still see volume slowly decreasing throughout the day here. Look at the tick here too, slowly telling us that the buying is getting weaker and weaker. Not that the selling is picking up, it's just that less and less buyers are willing to step up and initiate at these higher prices. And I pulled up the dollar here, you can see the dollar starting to break out again as well. A high of 107 order yesterday, basically. But if the dollar keeps going up, that could bring the market back down a little bit. Twitter media events beginning right now. Twitter's jumping up to the upside, up about $1 already, or $0.50. Yeah, Alex, I feel the same way. Yeah. The only place, well, the interesting thing is like the dollar is really powerful, just not here in the States. Take the dollar to a different country and it'll buy you whatever you want, but here uh, it's just the only strong currency right now. Every other currency is just getting smacked. And remember what I've been saying for a good amount of time. I think, I mean, they're talking about the Twitter deal and saying that it's less than 5% bots and stuff, but I still have a sneaky suspicion that if Elon Musk doesn't buy Twitter, that it will crash the stock market. And I don't know why. I just have a feeling. Is it the most strong or least weak currency? Yeah, Alex, my move is it's going good. Hopefully be getting into a house hopefully be getting into a house no later than August 12th. We're in contract right now, and so as long as everything goes well, we should be good to go. I got to go over and install a handrail on the front steps. So there's some concrete steps that lead up the front grass up to the front door. But they're parallel with the grass. But of course, the VA inspector requires a handrail on any stairs. So I got one of those prefab aluminum handrails at home or Lowe's actually, and gotta go install it before he comes over to do the inspection. I've been using the market profile probably almost 5 years now. I mostly used to trade options before I started trading futures, and then once I started trading futures, I really just kind of not really stopped trading options, but I take a lot less options trades. Healthcare is still looking a little bit weak today. But look at energy, nice and green. What we needed today. Get our boy finally decided to wake up. Amazon's starting to rip. I'm in Pennsylvania, Northeast PA, the Scranton area. I'll be in Scranton actually, but yeah, there's like a bunch of little towns around here. Well, that's the crazy thing is that the Pennsylvania building code doesn't require the stupid handrail. It's just the VA inspector. Um, so if I want to do my mortgage through the VA, that's what they require. And I guess the VA inspector here that does most of the inspections in the Scranton area is real nitpicky about a few things, and handrails happens to be one of them. So I just want to do, better safe than sorry. Um, I don't want to have to do re-inspection, wait another couple of weeks, and get an extension for escrow and all that shit. So. Yeah, Twitter says number of spam bots is well under 5% estimate. So be interesting to see what Elon comes back with. Yeah, the VA loans they're really nice. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of benefits with VA loans. If you guys remember a while back, we had been at this very similar level. Um, wow. We had been at this very similar level. They popped up with that they popped up back above that FOMC when the market ended up breaking that 3,900, and then that next day, if we include the Globex session, right, market popped up, open, and then just liquidated for the rest of the day down. So that was that pop of that 3,900, 3,947. Wondering if they'll give us something like that again. $24.06. Oh yeah. Okay. This is the 24th here. Oh. Yeah, right here. Well, what I was saying earlier is what's interesting is it kind of looks like these past 2 days. So we had the 5th and the 6th, where it looked like a lot of the selling was trying to come in, and then the market rallied. Well, it's kind of the opposite today, where all this volume's kind of accumulating at the top. And even on these down days, until the market started to rally, the breadth was pretty negative, or pretty negative. Then the market started to rally, the breadth started to flip. What's concerning for me is that, you know, we're getting this strong move from equities, especially the weighted sectors. Energy's coming up as well, but we're not really making that much of an advancement, right? We're up about, you know, what's the percentage here today? About 1.25%, and not that many points. Looking for Bitcoin to find some support inside this box to get some more upside. And then we'll be targeting that 21.4 and then that 21.7. If it doesn't hold up here, you'll probably get a return back down to 20K. That weekly VWAP sitting on the 20K. We've got a lot of volume sitting down here as well, so that would make sense. Jesus, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Or the subscription, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to call it here. The market's really not giving us much. We've been kind of trapped in a range for an extended period of time, really, really tight range. I wouldn't really consider this E low. I mean, I consider it a weak low, but I wouldn't really consider a cessation of one time framing. So I still would count the market as one time framing to the upside since the open. Value is just higher, right? Not even overlapping, it's just higher. But I do want to, you know, keep harping on the ability to exercise caution, getting long towards the top, right? Let's say you got in an away jersey. Yeah, I do. That's old as fuck too. Probably like, oh, probably 15 years old at least. I've been the same size since I was, 13, so pretty easy. All my clothes still fit. I don't get rid of shit unless it's, worthless. But yeah, that's pretty much it. My wife's gonna bring down the kids and the cousins, and I'm gonna watch the kids while her and her sister go do some shit, so that'll be fun. Take them in the pool and stuff. Get them nice and tired so they can take some naps. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Remember to manage risk and stick to your trade plan, or make sure you manage risk and stick to your trade plan. If you don't have a trade plan, definitely jump in the Discord and learn how to make a trade plan. And if you don't have a trade plan, just watch. There's nothing wrong with just watching the market, absorbing the information. It does take time to get proficient at this, and so if you have a bad day, Nothing wrong with that. That's part of the game. You can't win every game, right? Even what was it, the 96 Bulls won only 72 games. Still had some losses in that season. So but other than that, I think I'll just be hanging out, maybe get on some Fortnite later. So if you want to jump on some Fortnite with myself, Jared, and James, shoot me a DM in the Discord, and we'll see what's up. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Dad. See you, Trin. Thank you. All right, you guys have a good day. Catch you later.